Hey everyone. I've been trying to film this video for quite some time now because for whatever reason my mic decided to crap the bed and refuse to work. So I'm now on an old one. So hopefully that won't affect the sound quality, but it might. But anyway, today's video is all about the fear of commitment. You see, I believe a lot of people who are afraid of committing actually aren't afraid of commitment in general. I believe they're afraid of committing to the wrong person, which if you ask me, that's a bit of a different thing, because fearing commitment in general means you'd be afraid even of committing to someone who's good for you. Maybe you'd fear that they would no longer think you're good enough at some point and then leave you, or maybe you're afraid they'd cheat on you, or whatever it may be. But if you're afraid of committing to the wrong person, that's a different thing entirely, because that means you're not actually afraid of commitment. You're just afraid of making the wrong choice, of committing to someone who turns out to be bad for you. In that way, it's almost like mistrusting your ability to choose someone who's good for you. And that's very different from being afraid of commitment in general. So this is something I realized I think yesterday, because I was just thinking about this, and I realized that I am somewhat afraid of committing to the wrong woman myself. But it's a very small fear. It's like something that's in the back of my mind. It wouldn't really affect my decision making. It's just kind of there in the back of my head where I would be thinking, hey, maybe there's a chance that even if I choose as well as possible, because I do trust in my ability to choose a good woman, she could potentially change further down the road and maybe outgrow me, maybe feel like she wants some new, shinier guy who's more fit or richer or whatever it may be. Or maybe she just at some point decides to stop putting as much effort into the relationship, whereas I'm never going to stop doing that. The list goes on. There's a whole myriad of reasons that can cause this. But I realize that I do have that fear to some extent. But like I said, it is very minor. It's not like it would ever stop me from choosing to commit to a woman. It would just kind of be there in the back of my mind where I'd be like, okay, I hope she's not going to monkey branch from me to some other guy or decide that I'm no longer good enough and that she wants even more or whatever it may be. I would hope not. But unfortunately, from what I've learned of human psychology and just seeing the modern trends for Western dating, I can't help but have those thoughts in the back of my mind, even though they aren't enough to control me. But I wanted to make a video on this topic because I was thinking the fear of commitment and the fear of committing to the wrong person, they're two very different things, at least in my opinion. Because, yeah, one is more just fear of committing to anyone in general because maybe you've had your heart broken in the past one too many times. But the other is just more, it's either mistrusting your ability to choose correctly, or it could even be a bit of mistrust in other people and their capability to stay loyal to you. And these are very modern things, I would say. Maybe not, maybe they're not. Maybe people have always kind of had a bit of a fear of their ability to choose correctly. But I do want to talk about that real quick. If you don't trust your ability to choose a good partner for you, that's likely due to insecurities or even you not fully understanding your attachment style. You see, insecurities are often what will make people choose partners who are bad for them because they'll choose someone who doesn't treat them all that well because they don't feel like they're worthy of being treated well. And in the case of attachment styles, if somebody's not aware that they're avoidant, then they'll probably keep choosing partners who are bad for them and not realizing why they're doing that. And it's because of their attachment style playing out. So it's helpful to look into both of these things, your insecurities and your attachment style, and just work on them, or at least be aware of them. In the case of your attachment style, that will take time to work on, but you can be aware of it and know how to work around it because of that. For instance, if you are avoidant, then that should tell you, stop choosing partners who are cold or who start creating distance between you. Stop chasing other people. If you have to chase someone, they're not choosing you, which means they're not good for you. So that sort of thing. So I just want to make this video on the fear of commitment because of having these thoughts and realizing that maybe you don't actually fear commitment in general. Maybe you're just afraid of committing to the wrong person. And in that case, you probably just need to work on your own ability to trust in the kind of partners you choose. And this is a very valid thing because a lot of people out there don't really choose their partners all that well for all the reasons I mentioned before. Not being aware of their insecurities, not being aware of their attachment style, and basically people will sign up for pain thinking that's what they deserve, or they'll do it unwillingly. Or unwillingly, is that the right word? Maybe just they won't be aware of it, but it'll end up happening because of their decisions. So it's a valid thing. But anyway, I am going to end this video here because, man, I had some really great takes earlier, but since this mic wasn't working, I wasn't aware of it and played them back later on and the audio wasn't great and I was like, crap. It's unfortunate, but oh well, these are the kinds of things I have to put up with. Thankfully it doesn't happen often. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to engage with it so that the algorithm blesses it and shows it to more people's eyes. And you can do that by just liking it, commenting, sharing, that sort of thing. And please let me know your thoughts on this topic. Do you have a fear of commitment yourself? Or are you more afraid of committing to the wrong person? Or maybe you have advice for other people on how to get better at choosing partners who'd be good for them. So feel free to share that down below as well. But anyway, I'm going to end the video here and go run to Amazon and order a new freaking mic. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Arrivederci.